In the winter of 1903, the light at Graywater Point stopped shining. Ships reported darkness where the beacon should have been, and when investigators arrived, the lighthouse door was open. Breakfast was still warm on the table, but the keeper was gone. No footprints, no signs of escape or struggle. Just a silent tower standing guard over a restless sea. Tonight, we revisit one of the strangest disappearances in maritime history. The Vanished Lighthouse Keeper. Graywater Point Lighthouse was built on a lonely stretch of cliffside in the northeast, an isolated post battered by winter storms. The nearest town was 12 miles away, and during rough weather, it might as well have been 100. The keeper, Thomas Hale, was a veteran seaman, quiet, disciplined, a man who had spent more nights with the ocean than with people. Locals remembered him as polite, but distant. Some said he talked to the sea as if it could hear him. Others claimed he wrote strange entries in his logbook, notes no one could decipher. But one thing was certain: Thomas took pride in keeping the beacon alive. For sailors, that light meant safety. For Thomas, it meant purpose. Until the day it went dark. On December 11, 1903, a cargo vessel approaching the coast noticed something unusual. Graywater Point was completely dark. The lighthouse hadn't gone dark in 14 years. Concerned, the ship signaled the harbor office. A small investigative team was sent by boat the next morning. What they found has puzzled historians for over a century. The front door of the lighthouse was open, not kicked in, not damaged, just gently drifting in the winter wind. Inside, the investigators found a pot of porridge still warm, a chair knocked over, the lighthouse logbook open to the previous evening, the keeper's jacket still hanging by the door. And yet, Thomas Hale was nowhere to be found. There were no footprints in the frost outside, no signs of a struggle, nothing missing. It was as if the keeper had simply stepped outside and vanished into thin air. The last entry in the lighthouse logbook is what truly unsettled investigators. It read, "The sea is speaking again tonight. The voice is closer." That was it. No explanation, no clarification. Just those 9 words. Some dismissed it as poetic nonsense, a lonely man entertaining himself in isolation. But others believed it was literal. Several keepers before Thomas had reported hearing strange sounds echoing off the cliffs. Low tones, almost like a distant call. Natural acoustics, or something else. Whatever Thomas heard that night, it was close enough for him to write it down. It was close enough for him to open the door. And then, nothing. In the weeks that followed, newspapers exploded with theories. 1. Suicide. Some believed Thomas jumped into the sea, but the cliffs below were frozen solid that night. There were no signs of a fall, no body, no blood. 2. Rogue wave. A massive wave could have swept him off the rocks. But investigators were adamant. Thomas never went outside without his jacket or boots. Both left behind. 3. Lighthouse accident. Could he have fallen inside the lighthouse? Investigators searched every inch. Nothing. 4. Criminal involvement. The door open. The chair knocked over. Could someone have taken him? If so, they left no footprints, no boat marks, no disturbance. Which leaves the most controversial theory. 5. Something in the fog. Sailors had long claimed that Graywater Point was whispered to. Low hums drifting through the fog. Voices that didn't belong to any man. Reports even existed of people hearing their name carried on the wind. Did Thomas hear something? Something that drew him out? Something that made him open the door, without his coat, into a freezing storm? We may never know. One detail investigators rarely published was this: the lighthouse lantern, the massive rotating apparatus at the top, had been switched off manually. Not broken, not malfunctioning, turned off. Why would a dedicated keeper extinguish the very light he vowed to maintain? Unless he believed something was approaching the shore. Something he didn't want others to see. Some believed Thomas fled, others believed he was taken. A few believe he followed something willingly. Graywater Point Lighthouse was automated in the 1950s. Thomas Hale's disappearance remains officially unsolved, but even today, fishermen say that on certain winter nights, when the fog rolls in thick, you can still hear a voice calling from the cliffs. Some swear it's Thomas. Others say it's the same voice he heard, the one that came for him in the night. Whatever happened to the vanished lighthouse keeper? The sea has kept that secret for more than a century. The sea is speaking again tonight. The voice is closer.